So let's say that there's, 100 lawyers competing for pay-per-click ads in personal injury in San Francisco. Okay, and there's a lot more than that. And Bing and Google all decide that the model is I can type in, hey, I've been in a truck accident. These are the injuries. I want the largest possible settlement I can get. And who should I talk to? Instead of giving me page after page after page, it's going to give you one answer. This is the one answer that I want, and that I'm going to pay, and the lawyer's going to pay a premium for that one answer. The other lawyers are going to have to go find something else, some other way to get business. I mean, I don't know. Again, I don't have a crystal ball either,
So
Annette.
I think it won't work, but I don't think it'll
they're
work
always going
that
to
way
have
because
pages and pages of answers. I mean, again, that's where I'm seeing
yeah,
and
it is.
hearing, like with Bing, for example,
Yeah,
that's the future of, like, I want to plan a trip to Europe. All right, I'm going to tell the computer every single thing I want in that trip, from the kind of place I want to stay, the food I want to eat, the wine I want to drink, what I want to see, and it's going to plan an entire itinerary for me based on that, okay? Versus me having to go to all these travel sites and go through dozens and dozens of videos. I mean, that's the future of AI from my perspective and from what I'm hearing in the news down the road. And so that I just believe, and even speaking with one of my friends who's one of the top web analytics guys in the world, that that things are going to be changing in that direction. So I'm concerned for the future of lawyers who are counting on certain types of platforms, that they're not recognizing that they have to diversify and think about the future, maybe not today or tomorrow, but within the next number of years, that things could be changing, and it might be more of a subscription model that Google is asking for, the way we pay for Netflix. And now we're doing that with Google because we want to have access to asking and getting really good information.
Well, so I'll just say this about that. Planning a trip to Italy that has specific types of food or places you want to visit is very different than asking an AI model who is the best attorney to represent me. As of right now, and I think in the future, they're never going to say who the best is, who is the best attorney to represent me, what is the most that I can get for this settlement. Even if you use advertising dollars on that, it will have to disclose that it's advertising. They can't just give you an answer and make it seem that that's somehow not somehow not being influenced by money. So advertising is still advertising, right? And
but that's where the subscription model would come in, that I'm not getting that's not how they're making money anymore. Google is
I think then what will
they're
happen
going to have
is
a
when you have
subscription model where we would all pay as consumers to get the best information.
Yeah, see, I disagree with that as well.
Well, it's all made up in that. I mean, it's all hypothetical.
Because
I'm not talking
asks
about
us to pay, well, like if Google asked us all to pay, right? Like if they said we're going to get rid of
ads,
advertising, or maybe they keep advertising, I don't know, but either way, they ask us to pay. I guarantee you, just like there was an explosion after ChatGPT, right? I don't know how many thousands upon thousands of AI tools exist now that did not exist at this time last year. I believe that if Google started asking people to pay for that, they just wouldn't pay. They would go to Bing, or they would go to another different type of search engine that exists. Or new search engines would come in and sort of flood the market, and then you would get, capitalism and more competition involved in it. I don't think that Google is not the only search engine. And I feel like the minute that they started asking everyone to subscribe and pay for their search engine, people would just go elsewhere. That's just
but you know how it is. They don't do that day one, right? They give you the free upgrade, and then they say, oh, by the way, now if you want to keep this with no ads, better search results, better information, faster, simpler, whatever, easier, that you're going to pay $9.99 a month. Everyone's going to do it, and eventually, and then they're going to keep bumping it up until they have even more money than they have now. I mean, again, we all do this. I don't pay for ads on YouTube. I have no ads on my Hulu. I mean, how many streaming services do we have that we're paying for, and we don't even think twice about it? And I have a half a dozen or more. So I think I just see the
I mean,
future
I
of the
think that
way
there's
people are
two
making
different
money. It may
questions
have
that
to
you're
change.
asking. I think there's just two different sort of lines of thought here, right? The first is, what is the business model of Google? And then the second one is, how will AI be used on search platforms? So I think that those are two different, they're kind of getting conflated a bit.
Well,
As far as
they
I
might
can
coincide.
see, maybe. I guess we don't know. But I do know that as of right now, the way that we have seen AI work is that it can't create anything new. So if it is only able to rely on the content that already exists, okay, or on content that is paid for, if you want to go that direction, there's really no difference between what is happening now, which is content that already exists, and content that is being paid for. I mean, by your model, then we would say only one law firm is ever at the top of Google.
No,
And
it'd be
because
the
they're
law
paying to
firm
be
that
able to
represents the right result for what I'm looking for. So if the internet's scraping everything, it
That's
says
no different than
this
what's
is
right
this is
now,
the
right?
this is the this is the it's all the past. So it scrapes who has the best results for trucking accidents, who has the best reviews,
How do you do
who
that?
the
How
same way
do
it
they
does it
do
for
that?
everything. How do you get to find a good pizza place in your area? It's the same. It's the same technology.
Well, but
They take
Google
all the
AI can't
results.
scrape the internal. Google AI can't scrape the internal data of a law firm to find out what its results are.
Do law firms post what the verdict was of the reward they got for their
Many
clients?
don't because it's against ethics violations. Many
And
don't.
many do. I mean, that's like marketing 101
Right.
is to tell everybody how much you
I'm
want.
gonna jump in here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and move this along. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's just no. I mean, yeah, Nick, because there's just no answer to it, right? We're all just sort of trying to predict the future that really will be probably interesting for all of us to see. We just don't know.